Hello, and welcome to Monsters of Roll. Tonight, we're doing our one-shot, which is with the Mage Hand Press Complete Witch. If you definitive. That's important.
Definitive.
Make sure you get the definitive version. Everybody's on the same version. That's a huge help. Scott, announcements real quick.
What's that, Chris?
Oh God.
Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, Scott, we can hear you.
Oh God,
It's a little
so much.
You have a real dry to your
Yeah.
voice. I don't know. Are you
It's
hydrating
it's
okay?
I mean, I'm a little parched. Man, I don't have a cleric with me, so I don't have create food and water. That would have been great to send
Your
that on this
parasol.
crew.
If you had your own little parasol, maybe that would.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been great. I appreciate pointing that out, Chris. You in the studio, great. Yeah, so join. Obviously, next week we have our next back to campaign episode of Down with Dragons. I believe, ironically, I thought I was meeting up with everybody. We're in the desert, and I'm alone. It's great. No, it's great. I'm working on my tan, doing what I can. Also, you should check out our sister podcast, Dungeon Patrol. They're great. You should definitely check them out. They're kind of what started all of this to give us the platform we're doing. So if you like what you're seeing here, definitely check them out. We are in the same world. So there's definitely occasionally some little Easter egg, little tie-ins. You should definitely check that out. Also, if you haven't noticed, even though I'm sweating profusely, this gorgeous hat I am wearing that is keeping the sun that is like right here off of me in a little bit of shade. We have merch at our Redbubble. Yeah, I'm getting told that Catherine's holding up water. Oh. That's what yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's good joke, guys. But yes, you could have a container of liquid gold that has our logo on it. And also apparently you can sleep with us on pillows and things of that nature. It's great. You should check it out.
You're allowed to buy those. If your spouse allows you to buy those, then yes.
Yes, absolutely. Check with your spouse. Consent is important. But I will say, what? Chris, I'm hearing there's a sandstorm coming in. And we got some weird lights in the distance. Yeah, no, they have not prepared me for this, Chris. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to bear with me. Back to you.
Thank you for that field report, as always. So, like sands through the hourglass, these are the witches of our lives.
Too soon.
If you would, I'll ask you to give your witch's name, craft, familiar, and just a little bit about your character, and then we'll jump in. Catherine, if you wouldn't mind.
I am playing Maple, the gingerbread witch, whose kitchen concepts are as insane as their every whim. And their familiar, Lolly, who typically sits in a pocket on oneself, made of gingerbread.
Mick?
I am playing Ninkasi. She is a green witch. And she is accompanied by a pseudo-dragon familiar named Hoppy. Ninkasi is a highly human-passing Yuan-Ti, and she appears to be constantly wet because she has the curse of the drowned upon her. Just water trickles from everywhere. She would have very thick, black, curly hair, but because she's just constantly wet, her tangled curl just falls down in waves, and she makes puddles everywhere she goes. But she loves to brew beer, and she'll tell you that she used to be one of the ancients who taught humans to make beer, and she knows everything about beer, and she'll tell you all the beer etiquette. It's very impolite to leave the beer table until you can't even walk. Is rule number one.
Thank you. Stacy?
Hi. My character is Gossi, and I'm a sky witch with a vision's curse, which means I see these terrible visions of things that happen that may or may not happen, but they're always very bloody and gruesome. I'm a hermit whose familiar is an imp, which I call my little fiend.
All right, thank you. Scott?
Tonight, I will be playing formerly Alistair, the hunter of all the creatures in the dark that deserve to be put down, but unfortunately, due to circumstance, has been taken over by the Keeper of the Flame. An entity that is the only true magic of this world, and all magic that is, ever has been given to others or stolen by some. At some point became and started as this fire that burns deep within the cursed body of the burned corpse of the Keeper.
Thank you. And I am Chris. I am playing the Loyal Opposition tonight. So, let's see what we have for our choice of witches tonight. We have gone up to 5th level. The last time we were 3rd level. We are 5th level. So we have some cool bumps in what we have available to us. You all have been dropped off, more or less, in the deep forests outside the village of Teach Sam Hefer. This village was founded by a witch, actually, ages ago. And the tradition is that the Burgomeister's family, the mayor or the person in charge of the village, that their firstborn child will be blessed by the witches. This generation's young Burgomeister, Wilhelm Osiel, and his wife Roisin are expecting their first child soon. You all, for your sins and basically, have been tasked by your respective covens. You are the choice of witches that is going to be bestowing the blessings upon this child.
Terrible choice.
100%.
Not necessarily, right? We've been joking. A bunch of witches who are not all of one coven are only together by choice, but it's not necessarily your choice.
Choice of witches.
Traditionally, the choice of witches has been met at the edge of the forest by the official village delegation at dawn. So, you've all been flown in, apparated in, teleported in, trudged in, warmed in, all these different ways that your covens have gotten you to this spot, to the meeting point. It is not quite a fairy ring. It is a circle of dead pine trees on this kind of scarred little patch of ground just inside the edge of the forest.
Time of night or what time of day is it?
Just before dawn.
Okay.
So
Before dawn. Okay.
just before dawn. You can see that the trees thin out. You see where the edges. You all kind of you've worked together before several times here now. Still no bitter feelings over the War of the Spoon or anything like that. But I am right. Everybody kind of does their nods. You step out of the forest, and immediately see thick columns of smoke rising behind the wooden palisade built up against a rocky hill. The top of a wooden stone tower can just be seen over the top of a palisade from here. And Gossi, immediately, as soon as you see that top of that tower, you have a terrible vision of falling embers and timbers and stone and smoke and shrieking. I'd like everybody to roll me a perception check. You can either do it with advantage, or you can roll for your familiar in place of yours if you wish.
Ooh, let me bring up my familiar to see if that's better. Nope, I'm better.
Oh. 11.
11.
11.
16.
16.
Dirty 20.
30, 20,
19.
and a 19.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Maple. There's smoke and a village and a palisade and right. Maple being maple. That's probably entertaining enough. And right.
I'm just
Smell of-
kind of staring blankly. This tall, muscular, blonde, like Chris Evans, Captain America, like handsome as all heck. But
That's right, because you are a shapeshifter.
I yes, Maple is
shifter,
a
yes.
changeling.
Changeling, yes.
Just kind of staring off into with the hands on blank look.
It's burning, but it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Ninkasa and Keeper and Gossi, you do notice that it's like as you step out of the woods, there's a swirl of shadows and a brief rattle of pine needles, but that's all you notice. And then, right, of course, the palisade and the smoke. And
So this infant that we're going to meet, who is that?
that would be the child, the firstborn child of the Burgermeister's family.
Ah,
Wilhelm and Roshin's child.
Is the child born yet though?
You're there to bless the child. So
I think the child must
if
be
it's not
born.
born yet, it must be pretty darn close. Because
Yes.
the witches your covens kept you busy, like up to like
God,
all that free time, and like, oh, we're gonna get you there a week ahead of time. Like, all right,
So
fine, you can put that down now, and let's go. So
Oh God, okay.
it appears they're burning the old Burgermeister. I like that tradition.
I thought it smelled like barbecue.
Lovely. Ooh, a deep dark wood. Maple, we should look for mushrooms, truffles,
Yeah.
and the like
Yeah.
to add to our wares.
Throwing that fire.
The keeper dropping the hood and just burned corpsey burned face with fires in the eyes. Just hearing that, the fire starts to turn just a little bit more blue. I hate to say it, but red sky at morning. Sailor, take warning. We should probably get to town. And just start walking in that direction.
Okay.
And Ember will emerge out of like just a pop of sparks out of the neck, just this little flame familiar, and take off flying up ahead to kind of be Overwatch.
as you're giving your very again a very good announcement, everything, and Ember flies up ahead, and you take your first step, and you hear behind you, Keeper, and all of you hear this. Something went wrong, and you all
With the
Assuming
barbecue.
you'll
Slowly turn around, just like irritated, and just
pulling
Did they
his
burn
hood
the
down.
brisket?
Pulling his hood down. There's a very large, burly fellow here. Imagine scruffy, kind of he's got a great axe sheath at his back, and a real heavy burgundy cloak, pulling it down. And as he does, the shadows just kind of slide off of him. He's been there the entire time, right on the edge of the woods, like right standing like in your midst.
I hate him.
Is that you or the cloak?
He just kind of nods.
Can I have it?
Those walls are strong, usually well guarded. Oh, by the way, right? Imagine if you're gonna imagine scruffy Hugh Jackman,
Okay.
but
Oh, I can imagine.
sharper features.
Yeah,
Mm.
Catherine has no problem imagining men.
Something went wrong. Those walls are strong and usually well guarded. Bows and spears aplenty. You can smell it under the smoke and the charred bodies. Something ain't right. Smells like sickness. Like the whole town's sick somehow.
Yes, but you said something went wrong.
So, was it a recipe or something more?
I don't know.
Who are
Marty.
you? Who are you?
Not. You can call me Red.
Not Burgundy.
Like little red, like little Red Riding Hood. You got a red. Okay,
Yeah, that's essentially why they call me Red.
cool.
Lovely.
What?
He
So
kind
what
of
do you-
nods towards the villagers. Like, they don't care much for me, or I for them, but wouldn't be neighborly not to see if I could help. I ain't taking on the whole pack of gnolls by myself. I knew you'd witches be along shortly. Together, I reckon we can send a lot of.
How do I feel about this red person? What
I don't know.
vibes are they giving off?
You want to mean
Well, I
insight?
have a vibe.
Yeah, I would like to roll insight.
While
That's
that
good.
roll is going on, I can't help but allow myself to indulge, even if I'm wrong. So you're asking for assistance in huffing and puffing and blowing these walls down.
No, I can get us in.
I bet you can. Those
21.
are stone walls, though.
Oh, that would be a wooden palisade there.
Oh, wooden.
Mostly,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
you can get through those, can't you?
He just kind of looks at you. He's like he's not getting it,
It's
or
over.
refusing to get it. One of the two.
Yeah, that's fine. I couldn't help myself.
21 for the insight.
Yes. What are you trying to read? What particularly are you trying to read?
Is this guy legit? Like, he's like, oh, we don't get along.
mean,
you know,
he's
when
a
we
little-
neighbor. Did you do this, dude? Like,
It's a little creepy coming out of the shadows. He does seem like there's
Yes.
that tone. Like, yeah, he could care less, but he should probably do something. He guesses.
so he's
Kind
pretty
of the
he's
vibe you're getting off.
genuine. Okay.
Like,
Out of
Damn it.
curiosity, just
I had things to do today, but I ain't rushing in there by myself. I know there's a bunch of witches showing up. Like, I'll hold
can
on.
I tag onto this insight
Yes.
roll my own for a different reason?
Go
And
for
it is what I joked about, which is he doesn't seem to care, but yet he's being neighborly. Is this he's a werewolf and that's his food, and he cares so much as long as nobody messes with his food kind of insight?
He doesn't sound all that hungry.
That's fine. He might have just ate. I want to roll insight on that.
Go for it. Roll me an insight.
Cool. Yeah, 3. It's perfect. I'm 100% right. It doesn't matter what you say.
I mean, yeah.
Sure, yeah. What my conjectures are right.
It's maybe
Yeah.
saliva dripping out of his.
Oh my
I'll-
god, I knew
Weird.
it. I knew it. He wants to eat the baby.
Noel is so
out loud.
stringy. Ew.
I
Here.
figure I'll get you in if you want. Then I'll just quietly sneak around and slit as many throats as I can find until you lot start the real killing. Noel's is nasty business. He looks at you, keeper, and they taste horrible.
Right. Why would you assume we're going to kill anyone? We're witches.
You're witches, ain't you?
That's just, it feels wrong to assume that we're just going to kill everyone.
Doesn't just rolls his eyes at you.
Yeah, fair.
I heard
Well,
plenty
it
of
sounds like you're
stories.
going to devote a lot of effort to this. So here's a hearty red wheat ale for you, just for you.
Oh,
That's a
Drink
good
up.
Takes
I don't
that.
trust anybody who doesn't.
takes a drink.
Imbibe.
He pulls something out of a flask out of his belt, and he hands it back. Hands his flask to you.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Good. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, I think
Finishes it back. I want
we're
that
gonna
back.
have fun with
You
him.
can have a swig, but I'll take that back. It's handing you back the end.
So, what did Ninkasi get to sample?
It's an Applejack whiskey.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And Kasi,
Ooh.
baby,
Very
it's
nice.
only tough if you don't stew it long enough.
So what are the shadows like?
The shadows have seemed to have just kind of slipped and drained away back into the forest now.
So
the moment.
the shadows just were kind of like covering him, and then the cloak unveiled him.
When he took the cloak off, then the shadows just kind of drained off the cloak. And out.
So they're not like lurking in the
roll me perception check.
Eight.
There's maybe something sliding around over in the pine needles. Takes his flask back. Caps it. Well, we're ready?
Looking around everyone, if we're offering some sort of offerings and condolences and signs of similar interest, correct? By the way, this person, did I know that we had a contact here when we were being dropped off?
Other than an official village delegation would be coming to meet you, he doesn't really seem like official village delegation material.
Perfect. That just makes me feel good about this. So, if we're all handing out, sharing drinks and blessings and camaraderie, walking towards this figure, like, may I offer my own if you're willing as well, if seeing as we're all in this together.
I don't know. You're pretty tricksy.
I wasn't talking to you, Maple. By the way, stunning form. You look
I know.
very, all of it.
I'll be fine.
Are you? I would just like to offer my own to, like, Ninkasi was kind enough to do so. I would appreciate the opportunity. If anybody would like to partake, I just would like to say a few words. If everyone's willing.
What words are you
He's
Think
picking
about
up on
Literally,
the red.
literally
Looks
a
at each of your
blessing. I get it.
companions
None of
and
you-
is just kind of like
nah
waiting to see what everybody else is doing.
nah. Maple's gonna start walking away. Like, this is the dude that stole my spoon. Like, I'm
Keeper,
not, I'm not playing that game.
Keeper, for me, it's not kindness. It's just impulse.
Correct. I get that. And I can appreciate it. Charm person on that creature, I was going to hopefully have him willingly do it, but now he needs to roll.
All right. All right.
Because I don't trust him and I want him to be an actual participant and not stab us in the proverbial backs.
I will get there. I never have everything up.
It is a charisma saving throw. Right? Charisma.
Ooh.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Oh, wisdom. It's wisdom.
Wisdom?
I apologize. It's wisdom.
What's he got to beat?
14, sir.
He reaches behind and pulls his great axe out. He's not swinging
Right.
it. He's pointing at you in your face. That's enough.
Right. That won't be the last time, I promise. But as long as you actually
Kind of pushes
somewhat
the
stay.
Axe a little bit closer towards you.
Okay.
Don't let me catch you then.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ashamed that I had to do this because unfortunately all of the other self-interested witches here sold me out. And looking at all of them like rats, I figured, really, amongst us, we could at least trust each other. This guy. But anyway, yeah. If I can help it, you won't know it next time. I was at
Yeah.
least being a little blunt and honest.
Shocking that they don't trust you.
I don't remember any of that.
Looking at Nikasi, exactly.
Pulls his hood
I'll
up.
keep it that way.
He pulls his hood up, and the shadows flow in from the forest again, up his cloak, and it kind of spreads and it kind of pulls up from your feet up and covers the rest of you as well. You all have a +10 to any stealth checks at this point.
He's a ranger.
Dang,
picked
I
the
want
wrong
that quote.
stat.
That's Maple. Oh man.
Well, I'm going to whisper to the keeper. I had a vision last night that you died in the dark with shadows licking your face.
Well, interesting. That I died.
Yes.
All right. Well,
It
unfortunately,
seemed very familiar.
fair. Unfortunately, it doesn't really interest me that much for the simple fact of maybe this body might be interested in that. I could care less. You should talk to, well, actually, you shouldn't. But good information. I'll try to keep those shadows at bay by burning brightly. But I appreciate it, Kasi. As always, you're my favorite.
All right. Red keeps his axe out. We'll go to the side entrance, unless any of you are feeling particularly dumb.
Distrusting of you.
You can not trust me if you want. That's fine.
I don't.
He just heads off down the path. As you are, if you're following, and I'm assuming Ember's still kind of out on Overwatch.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Ember's going to see, in fact, all of you are going to see, in particular, your familiars, those of you who have familiars who can fly, if you've sent them out, there's nobody outside the walls, right? There's fields, there's, nothing too serious, but there's some fields around the area, nothing, there's no travelers in and out. The gate appears to be closed. The main gate appears to be closed. He's walking, leading you right past it, like just walking across the fields. There's no real cover per se. He'll occasionally duck around a wall. He's not being particularly stealthy. But I would like everybody to roll me a stealth check, please.
With a plus
See.
10, you said?
With a +10, yeah.
26.
Holy buckets. I'm sad to say that was on a stealth roll.
28.
28?
25.
25.
28.
Woo! Oh, Keeper damps his flame down a little bit, or pulls his hood up, or what?
Damn.
Expecting you, dim. Yes, dim.
Okay.
You're basically walking like straight across the fields, right in front over the dirt road, right? But as this is happening, your familiars and you all can see, your familiars pick it up first. There is a guard of some kind patrolling up on the wall. Behind the wall, there's a spear point anyway, and a figure up there of some kind. Red doesn't, kind of looks at it, doesn't pay much attention, just keeps walking.
So as we're moving, can I ask the forest what happened? Green Magic Witch has this ability that as a bonus action, I can talk to nature.
So you've left the forest, you're in kind of the cleared area around it. If you wanted to ask the forest quick before you left, do that.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, mostly when we're following Red, I would have Hoppy doing the leading, and Ninkasi herself is kind of just, barely paying attention.
Squelching along.
Yeah, mixing stuff, looking for mushrooms and stuff, and then,
Sure.
deciding to talk to the forest.
Okay.
What happened?
You get a sense of smoke and screaming in the night. That's about all they register.
Sublime.
While we are walking through and we see that look up at whatever guard
Mhm.
is up there, Ember is going to turn invisible
Yep.
and get much closer and to kind of land towards the wall right near where that guard is. And they have the ability to do heart seers and
Yep.
sense if they are a good or bad creature.
Bad.
Can they
Bad.
see more clearly
Yes,
what
with that,
this?
everybody had that such a great roll. I will include. I want to make a roll again. That's totally covers this. Shaggy creature, elongated head, teeth, and just this pelt, just a raggedy pelt with a spear and a bow. This is a gnoll. This is a hyena-like, jackal-like, bipedal creature, leather armors, kind of desultory up and down the whatever you call it, the catwalk or the walkway just behind the
Palisades.
wall.
Yeah.
Keep looking out over the forest, but everyone keeps looking in to the village, kind of like, and then occasional drool as it looks in the like long string of drool just kind of drips and falls out of its mouth.
Perfect. I'll just off of what I've listened to and the interactions I've had, I'll quicken my pace just a little bit to kind of slowly pass Gossie.
Yep.
The guards are gnolls. Just letting you know, the humans aren't in control here anymore. It is completely at the gnolls' behest, and just kind of passing by. And then I want Ember to take off back in Overwatch like normal, still staying invisible.
I will,
perception.
do
Sorry, go ahead.
I will do some stretches in response to this.
All right.
Got to loosen
out
up before, yeah.
Get out my tarot cards and start.
Everybody roll me a perception check, please.
Mhm.
Gnolls are pathetic and disgusting, even among creatures of chaos.
15.
14.
18.
Dirty 20. I rolled a 15.
All right. Maple, and maybe it's because your familiar is in your pocket, but everybody else is catching glimpses of black wings, large black wings, and things kind of dodging up and down inside the palisade walls. Best guess is it looks like crows, ravens, probably ravens. They're pretty big, but a lot of them.
Maple is going to cast mage armor on themselves.
Okay.
So.
But Maple doesn't see this. But does everybody? Do people share that with her?
Did
Oh, everyone but Maple saw that?
Yeah, everyone but Maple.
everyone but Maple saw the wings and
I
stuff,
misunderstood that too.
This
Sorry.
guy's been
Everybody
talking
but
about gnolls, and we're going into like
Okay.
this
Fair.
the village
Yep,
where things
we're
are
good.
burning. And
We're good. Yep. Mage armor is on.
forget what that
Do,
was.
do, 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 do.
It's kind of like glitter, sprinkly glitter.
Just a sprinkling of sugar dust. How well can everyone see in the dark? I can't remember if you require real sight.
I do. I do. Yeah, I don't see in the dark.
Darkness is a myth.
What?
As the flames just pop a little, like, I'd love to prove you wrong. What was that, Gossie?
I'm known for my great vision.
I don't know if I can roll for metagaming. Does that mean she can see in a certain kind of darkness?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Because that's what I'm getting at. Oh, I gotta look up my Arcana. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. The +7 takes care of it. That'll be 22.
Dark elves are known for their excellent dark vision, but you don't know that she would inherently be able to see in magical darkness.
Okay, that's what I was getting at with the. Okay,
She might,
yeah, she
right?
might.
That with that, right? Her visions. You're not exactly sure what her vision all entails. Is it just gruesome, horrible things, or is it additional vision as well?
Right. All right. Quietly leaving Red Riding Hood out of this little conversation. I'll just to the quietly. I can obscure all of us in a small area from literally everyone's sight. But if you're not inclined to seeing through magical darkness, you'll be as blind as a bat. Does that affect anyone else other than Maple?
Well, I'm interested in trying anything like this. The darker, the better.
I knew you would, Gussie. Ninkasi, is this an inconvenience?
Indeed, but I'll find a way to occupy myself. And she'll use prestidigitation. She'll have a small flask, start dumping it. It looks like it's going to dump into her hand, but prestidigitation, she makes a shot glass appear and downs it. And then right before it disappears, using the little trinket thing that you can conjure for one round, one turn.
Okay. I will at that. I'm going to basically just look at like Maple, specifically Ninkasi. Would you keep you and Maple out of the immediate area, specifically of me, if things start to get sketchy, because things were going to get very dark, and Gussie and I have business to do in the dark. Oh, that sounded dirty.
Not judging.
That was not intentional. Chris, I am sorry.
All right.
Oh, I understand, Keeper. Keep
You're
my
right,
distance, lest things get steamy between us again.
Right, I know what that vision was now. That's when Chris kills me off.
All right. Are you doing something right now, or you're just preparing for the future?
I am basically just warning them of if things go down.
Got it.
I'm gonna do some dark shit.
At this point, you've gotten over to the side of the across from front of the main gate. There's a side gate that very clearly has been smashed in. Has not been buttressed or replaced or repaired in any way, shape, or form. And Red will glance in, and then he'll go ahead and step in. It's like a Sally gate or a small, right? Just a small gate.
Yeah.
Maple will kind of do the same.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's not fun.
I have limitations.
11. Why can I not roll a perception tonight?
All right. Even Maple catches this one. Like on the table or on the there's like a fence post like right there, and there's a raven sitting right on it, just eyeballing straight at you.
Is this raven acting like a real bird, like a normal bird?
More or less. It's a big raven eyeballing you. And then it opens its beak and it makes a sound, kind of a croaking sound. But you'd swear it sounds like a woman quietly
Quietly what?
weeping.
And
then it picks up its wings and it beats and it flies and it pulls itself up into the air, up on top of the on top of a nearby thatched roof on a house in this village.
Is it still watching us?
Yep.
Cool. Were there birds last time, or was that the first.
First time.
It's the first
We're like
time. Can I?
Mockingjays.
Will I remember that?
No, because that was in the future.
The level 1.
That was
What-
a level 7.
Oh, you're right. That
you're
was
Gossi.
the first time, but it was the future. Okay.
You're Gossi.
Yeah.
Roll me a history check. Excuse me, you're Maple. You're Maple.
Oh.
Sorry, you're Maple. So Maple,
Who am I?
Maple, roll me a history check. It happened in the future, but Maple, roll me a history check.
14.
No, you don't remember anything.
Okay. Wibbly wobbly, timey.
Why me?
All right, so Maple has gone inside along with Red. Is everybody else going in? Who's next?
Ninkasi will go in.
Okay, roll me a perception check, please.
Okay, at 14.
The smoke's pretty heavy here, but the houses that were actually on fire seem to be on the other side of the village here. On the other, where the right past the main gate, it's kind of on the. It was closer to where you were initially starting. But there's ravens, basically all over the place. There's a good half dozen up on the thatched roofs in this area, and you can see just kind of a flock kind of moving over, kind of further to the west there where the smoke was.
What is this disposition of these ravens?
So far, other than the one on the thatched roof closest to you, they don't seem to be paying any attention to you. They seem to be preoccupied with something else out in the streets. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Roll me a perception check, please.
15 or 16.
16. You see the same thing. You immediately see the one on the roof staring down at you. Where's next? Do you want to do anything with that?
Well, does it look menacing?
I mean, it's not pretty. Definitely keeping an eye on you.
I think I'll use a blowgun.
Okay, so you're getting your blowgun out.
Mhm.
All right, roll me an attack roll.
No, I have to remember how I do this again. 10.
10. Wildly miss. It just kind of disdainfully looks where the blow dart had lodged itself in that thatched roof, and just stares at you again. And it speaks again. You don't know it speaks again, but it speaks.
What language?
Common.
Hmm.
And a croak. Wilhelm! Gets up and flies over to one of the other thatched roofs. Keeper, you're up.
Did I hear Wilhelm?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say you heard it. Yep.
Do I know that name?
Yeah. That's the
Roll
dad.
me a
of the-
history check if you want, I guess. There's a Burgermeister named Wilhelm.
Burgermeister. Was that was okay? Yeah. Yes, thank you, Metagame. Whatever. Yeah. I had Burgermeister in my head, not the names. Is it worth it? Mick, is it worth it? Yes or no?
What are you doing? What do you want to do? I don't know.
I know. It's just yes or no.
Yeah, of course it's worth it.
Of course it's worth it. Okay, perfect. So Chris, would you allow the fact that my familiar is on Overwatch
Mm-hmm.
and my familiar is watching this bird invisibly
Mm-hmm.
and could get close to this bird?
Roll with an additional stealth check.
So because I'm invisible or the familiar is, do I have advantage?
Yes.
Like the spell? Okay. I gotta look up the stats. I rolled a natural 18. I gotta look up my
sneak up. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. So sneak up right behind it. And then I'm going to step around the corner, but I am telling you, I'm using my reaction to potentially deliver a spell,
Yep.
depending on the answer.
Yep.
I'll step around the corner, flare up bright.
Yep.
What about Wilhelm do you have to deliver? I have time that is short, and I am also even more irritated. If you are here for a purpose, tell me, otherwise, suffer my wrath.
Here it croaks again. Wilhelm, please.
Wilhelm, please.
Are you arguing with Birdman?
Feathers just kind of ruffle. It settles on the. Am I what?
I'm sorry. Maple is addressing the keeper.
Oh.
Are you arguing with a bird, man?
Wilhelm, where do we go? To the crow.
Ruffles its
ignoring.
Ruffles its feathers. Gets up.
No,
flies off.
The
What?
mimic.
In a direction?
Yep.
What direction?
Flies up and perches up on top of the palisade. Kind of above you.
Fuck. All right, I'll use my action to have.
Roll me a dexterity
Ember.
save, please. Keeper.
Oh, I'm not dexterous. I'm a burned corpse. I rolled a natural 15, and I have to double check. I don't think I have anything for my save, but nope, just a 15.
You managed to step aside just in time as.
Can I use that reaction?
Yeah.
Super. This sounds petty at this point. But I'm a witch. I cast inflict wounds on a unsuspecting creature. And I make a melee spell attack. Do I have advantage because they can't see me?
It's invisible, so yep. Go for it.
Do I have to pick up my camera or something? I got to roll the nat 20. I rolled a 19 and a nat 20.
Nice.
I'll take
roll
a
me
picture.
some damage.
Okay. I'm still taking a picture because I don't believe it. I'll add it to the chat here in a second. So that's 3d8 for that spell typically. So that's 68.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3d10. 3d10. All right, so 10, 10, 5, 8, 16, 6, 22, 5, 27. 27 plus 9 is 34. Someone math me. 27 plus 9.
This is
36.
36.
36.
36. Okay. 36 necrotic damage to that mother effing crow.
So, describe what happens when Ash
basically
when Ember does this. Is it
yeah,
like a black light?
as that poop lands,
yep,
the fire turns green inside of the keeper, and suddenly emerging from nowhere, there is this little flicker of a flame right behind the crow that is glowing green, and you see it almost looks like a body of a on fire person that literally grabs the crow by the neck, and then it just bursts into green fire and then sinks into it, causing necrotic damage.
The bird is flapping like crazy. The raven is flapping like crazy. Falls to its feet, or falls off the right. It doesn't quite fall. It's kind of catching itself, flying down, lands at your feet, And what's your armor class?
Oh, really low. I'm guessing the answer to your question will be yes. 12.
Oh, it just barely misses you. Kind of lashes out with
Really?
its beak. Lashes out with its beak, misses as you step aside. And it gets up and it flies and kind of pulls itself up
That didn't kill it. Oh.
and disappears.
I mean, I apologize for losing my temper, but seriously, that should have died if it was natural, and I think that tells us all a little bit about it. It tried to poop on me.
Red ducks his head back around the house. I'm gonna go this way. If you're looking for the Burgermeister, that'd be the tower in the center of town.
Mm.
And he slides off the side.
Lovely.
What condition is the tower at this moment?
You can't see it from where you're at.
I'm gonna
I would
kinda-
like to.
I'm gonna lean toward the keeper, and I'm gonna go. I know we're supposed to go to the Burgermeister, but I really want that cloak, man.
Absolutely. I am not letting him out of my sight. And I want to say, I will sacrifice my familiar for all of the advantage it could give me later.
Okay.
And he is stuck invisibly
Yep.
to him. Like
All right.
he is following him.
He is a stealthy mother, and he is ducking down the alleyway around houses. He's working his way very stealthily and quietly around the edge of the palisade. He seems to be angling towards that other end where the smoke is.
Perfect.
Maybe
Familiar's not leaving. It's like Ember is now, like, even if it's just invisible, little Ember riding on the back of his armor. Like, that's
Right.
where Ember lives.
So, what are the features of the tower? Like, how tall is it? Is there windows?
If you move around, and you have to move around and get a line of sight on it. You don't have line of sight on it from right here from this. From where this alley is.
Okay, that's too much work. Ninkasi will kind of throw out her spear sideways and then sit side saddle on it and cast levitate on herself
Yep.
to just go start
Or you could
scouting
send-
ahead.
Or you could send Hoppy up.
I'm going to do that also.
Okay. All right. So you're levitating and Hoppy's going up. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Ninkasi will, kind of just saunter,
Yep.
levitating on her spear as if it's a witch's broom.
Yep.
And Hoppy is scouting, yes.
The window, it's a 5-story, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-story stone tower with a wooden roof. Right. It's one of those things you could probably throw like wetted down leathers or something on top of it if it really came down to that. This isn't like a professional fortress. This is typically something you would fight off bandits or small parties of gnolls, that type of thing. Some like arrow slit windows, right? It looks like fairly well constructed. It's about towards the center of town. There appears to be kind of a clearing around that in the middle of the village. There's about 50 houses or so in this village, and that the entire town's built kind of against this bluff of a stony bluff and a hill. So the palisade kind of reaches around, and then the bluff, that stony bluff, kind of forms that back wall. Goes up, I don't know, like the bluff goes up like 100 feet or something.
Okay.
So this town would not survive like a professional siege from an army or anything, but for bandits and that type of thing, it's a good start.
All scale stuff.
Mhm.
From like the tower to the town, is there any like choke points or anything?
The village appears to be more or less kind of scattershot. There is kind of where from the main gates up to the tower is kind of like a main road. Roll me a perception check. There seems to be some activity kind of
Okay.
for Hoppy. Roll me a perception check for
Hoppy,
Hoppy. Hoppy's got it right. Levitating, you're going basically straight up. Yeah.
Levitating, I'd probably be moving about the same speed or, as everyone else if they're moving forward.
So
So-
I'd like a perception check for Hoppy, and I like a perception check for Ninkasi, please.
For Hoppy, it's a 22.
Yep.
And Ninkasi, is a 24.
All right. Hoppy definitely sees there appears to be some sort of impromptu camp of more of these shaggy knoll creatures, just on the edge of we'll call it the town square, the town circle, that kind of open area before. They're not in that open area. They're just outside on the main road, right in front, right before it would go into the area. There's a lot of crows, a lot of ravens in that center square. And then you and Ninkasi notice that moving this way back along the palisade is that guard. So you're probably about right. You glance, they're about 150 feet that way, moving their way back again, desultory, kind of looking out, looking in. Has not
The one
noticed you
knoll
yet.
guard, the knoll
The
guard.
one knoll guard on the yep.
Okay,
walkway.
so can I get up on the palisade
Sure.
and look down at the encampment? Does that encampment look like it's like a siege going on?
No.
Forces?
Like
No.
half a dozen creatures in and out. You can see there's maybe another band over on the. Every once in a while, you get as a flock of ravens kind of burst up, and then you can see between buildings there may be at least another couple knolls moving off in that western side of the town where the smoke is.
Okay. So if I could, I'd like to get up on the palisade,
Okay.
even
Yep.
if I'm close to the knoll guard, whatever.
Yep, there's a
and
walkway
then
there.
Drop levitate.
Okay.
And then cast conjure animals and summon 8 flying creatures
Okay.
of 1/4 or below.
All right.
Is that your choice or mine?
Go for it.
Giant owls
All right.
to harry any gnolls or bad guys.
Okay. You're attacking the one. Are you using them to? Are you just having them nearby, or are you having them actually go after the knoll guard that's coming back towards you? That's about 150 feet away.
So
Like he's gonna find you guys quick.
okay. So I'd keep maybe one of them with me for that guy, but the rest I just want, if there's something going on, bad guys down there
Okay.
in that encampment, to start harassing them.
So you're gonna have the owls kind of fly towards. You're a ways out from that center of the. You're gonna have the owls fly out towards and kind of perch nearby that encampment.
Yeah, and if there's
Maybe
nothing
like
there to react to,
We'll say 800 feet to that. Like
Okay.
as the owl flies. Like it'll take
Okay,
you a little
yeah.
while. You would all have to kind of either go to the main road and walk down the road, or it's a. Hoppy saw these things, but they're a ways off. Yeah.
okay. So I'll have half of them with me and half of them do that.
All right. Okay. Maple, Gossie, Keeper.
We don't see any of that, right? Because they're
And you don't see any what's going on, but you do see Ninkasi. Ninkasi hops on her. What was it again? Spear.
Yep.
Spear, and like levitates up, and then steps off onto the palisade, and then there's a bunch of owls up there all of a sudden. Like they're there.
The Burgermeisters, anyone?
Lead the way.
Can't go still get a chance at that cloak.
Ember is watching. If we can establish that cloak as our own, we will.
Okay, but you said ours, but I know you mean yours, and I really want it.
I could care less about that red cloak.
Okay. Do I believe them? Do I believe?
Can I ask for her to roll an insight?
Yeah, I do. I do want to roll an insight on a
Go
keeper.
for it.
I'm scared. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. 24.
Uh, the keeper gives two craps about that that robe. So if you want it,
The
you
cloak?
or the cloak, the robe cloak.
Okay.
You get the sense that as long as you don't irritate her or him, her, they too bad, they could care less if you end up with it. Great, I don't care. But if you piss me off, I will burn it.
Okay.
At this point,
At this point,
two more ravens come flying across in a circle, and then they perch on the thatch. Not quite where that first one was. Eyeball down at you, and one opens its mouth and gives this kind of raspy, like a racking cough noise, and the other one swears, "The shadow, the shadow, shadow, the shadow."
I'll look towards Gossie and then look back to the crows. Yes, the shadows, they're so scary. We have a date with the Burgermeisters, and your shadows will not delay this.
Keeper, you're getting a little ping from Ember. Red has just dispatched the first knoll. It was really, really fast. It was really, really bloody.
Oh, lovely. I might have been looking at the other. I might have been wrong about Red.
Then
I feel
Kase,
like he's trying to interview for a position in my heart.
the knoll.
Is it working?
Are you watching? Are you watching the knoll?
Ninkasi?
Yeah, Ninkasi, are you watching the knoll? The tower, the palisade guard coming towards you?
Oh yes, I'm watching that fiend.
Yeah, like he's about 100 feet away, and he stops and sees you. He drops the spear and starts pulling the bow out and getting the bow ready. You can hear him kind of snarl.
Oh, cool.
Roll me initiative, please.
Happy to do Foley work.
Okay, initiative is -1, 18.
Oh,
You got the lead on it. Go for it.
Okay. So he looks as if he's going to attack moi.
See.
Okay, so then oh, okay. I can direct Hoppy
Okay.
to attack him. I can direct Owls to attack him.
Okay.
And then once he decides what he wants to do, I also have a reaction I can use.
All right. Go for it.
Ooh.
Roll me some attack rolls.
All right. Hoppy with a sting. And it's a 14.
Hits.
Woohoo. Okay. Sting, DC 11 Constitution saving throw. Or be poisoned for 1 hour. And the damage is
Saves.
scumbag. Damage is 7 total. I need giant owls up. Okay. Let me see conjure animals, how I can. So I've got 4 giant owls with me. I don't know all of them.
Sure.
Okay.
It's 100 feet. They're somewhere in between. Whatever their flight speed is, you can just get to them. We'll try to keep this moving. So, yep. Go for
Okay.
it.
Yep. All right. So a 17,
Hits.
15,
Hits.
and a 10.
Misses. The
Okay.
other two are just in its way. It's a scraggly looking knoll.
First one's damage is 6.
Yep.
Second one's damage is 9.
So Hoppy pierces him. The owl scratches, rips at its throat. The other one grabs and picks him up briefly, and over the edge of the talons rip into its flesh, and it's cauterized, and there's a spray of blood as the owl basically dumps him out of the wall and out of the town.
Oh! Could the owl dump him on the side that my compatriots are on, so I could? That'd be the signal.
roll me a odds or evens.
No.
Okay.
Pick odds or
Odds.
All right. It is a 12, so no, it's on the outside.
Okay. Well, I
There's a
better
lot
let
of
him know.
fight. There's a lot of squawking and flapping up. All right.
We hear a
Gossi.
big thump.
I'll just yell at him. Hey, I started fighting the gnolls.
Unless I see
Why?
a battle, I don't buy it.
Aw,
All right.
dang it.
Gossi?
I'm sorry. Were you
Who's-
going to tell me something about me?
Who's doing what?
You
Oh,
started
No,
by saying Gossi.
Ninkassi's done since he's off the edge, so.
Keeper Gossi Maple, what are you doing?
Yeah, I will just basically gesture towards Gossi because she said lead on. I'll just gesture down the street of Gossi and point in the direction that we're going to start walking because we're heading to the Burgermeisters.
Does Gossi
Yeah.
take that lead and go?
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Gossi's in the lead. Maple.
but it's this way.
Yeah, right. The Burgermeisters are this way. The Knolls are that way. Excellent.
Maple is yelling up to Ninkasi.
Okay.
We gotta go this way.
That way?
This
Yeah.
way.
I'll literally just throw up a minor illusion cantrip and just make a floating arrow pointing
That
the
way.
direction we're walking. This way.
Okay. I guess I gotta get a ride from a giant owl to come down and join you.
All four of them come just grab you.
I'll do a Mary Poppins type of thing with a giant owl instead of an umbrella, though.
Hoppy
You are
has-
100%
Hoppy
a
has
Disney
the-
princess.
Hoppy has the train of whatever you're sodding wet, whatever you're wearing. Hoppy's got the train of that flying behind you.
Oh yes.
All right.
And since I'm just constantly dripping, I'm my own little storm cloud.
Raining. I'm just a little black.
Everybody roll me a dexterity check. No.
Oh.
All right. Gossi, you're leading the way.
Mhm.
All right. It's still really early in the morning here now. Gossi, roll me a perception check as you kind of slide. I'm assuming, I'd assume, are you just walking, stalking down the pathways and through the little gardens and that type of thing? Or are you going to stick close to the walls, or what are you doing?
I'm just going directly there, but I am using light heels hex to kind of float on my way.
As you just kind of step on top of a railing, and then up on a low roof, and then on a shed, and then down on the ground again. And so she's just lightly floating and stepping along as she's going along here. Gossi, roll me a perception check.
13.
As you near one of the windows, the boarded up windows of you're about to the edge, almost to the main thoroughfare. Just inside the building, you can hear what sounds like some light coughing. Ember reports in that another Knoll is gone. He's dead. However, Ember also has noticed that there's some hoarse screaming coming from one of the houses up ahead as well. Red is in pursuit. All right.
He's in pursuit of the coughing.
Red is in pursuit of the horse screaming on the other side of town.
All right.
Behind
Okay with this.
the four of you, from a rooftop, another crow. Alive! 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 And it picks up and flaps off.
What do you think that means?
Everyone inside is obviously alive.
Gossie, you are almost to the main thoroughfare. You can peek around the corner and down the main thoroughfare if you want to see.
Yes, I will.
There is about 500 feet at this point now down the main area here. Right to the left is you can see down to the main gates that are sealed up. Smoke on the western side of the village. You look up, and just outside of that main square area, there's a kind of like a bonfire with a, I don't know what you call it, but right, one of those like crossed sticks, and then like something is
spit.
roasting. A spit. Thank you, Catherine. A spit. There's a spit with some sort of carcass on the being rotated and spun around, and there's
Is it long?
Small
piles of
or
piles
large?
of
Yeah.
Like baby?
medium. It's not a baby.
No. Maybe an adolescent teenager.
There's and there's some
His name was Peter.
5 gnolls. There's about 5 gnolls sitting. There's two that appear to be kind of on guard with their bows. One is just kind of hunched over something. 3 others. There's 6. 6 of them. 3 others are kind of hunched over what appear to maybe be some bodies, kind of moving things around as the one just kind of barks these kind of it sounds like orders, barking these orders at them. And then beyond them, you can see the tower standing there. The door's closed. No signs of movement from the tower. There's also some maybe bodies lying in the square that are just thick with ravens.
Okay. But the beings that appear to be alive all are surrounding this
At this campfire type
fire.
Yep.
So then I will whisper to our choice of witches that we should surround the circle in true witch style, and that I will go invisible to try to get to the far side.
Would Maple have seen gnolls before? Have we seen
You've heard of them.
heard of
They're
them?
typically out in the wilderness. Like, I mean, you're out on the edge of the wilderness.
Mm,
Heard of them. I don't know that Maple would have necessarily run.
okay.
Okay. Can I start having giant owls surround them?
Sure.
And Ninkasi speaks Abyssal. Would she understand what they're talking about?
No.
What
They speak a different language. So having the owls start flying down, and the ravens kind of turn and start looking. Keeper, you want to do something?
I want to talk to everybody because everybody's doing things and I want to talk to them. So as everyone's doing these things, I want to agree with all the things people are feeling and doing. Absolutely. I feel as much as I, as we all do, loathe the mortals. But also, there are mortals and they are ours, and we should do with them as we see fit. These gnolls are disgusting. So if you're going to sneak past, awesome, and looking towards Ninkasi, if you're going to do all, that is amazing. Maple, I have to be honest, your current form is distracting. The abs, the pecs, all of it. It is something. But I would love to try to maybe be a distraction as well, because they all deserve to die, and I have a thing with fire that I would love to breach upon them. So if we're all going to coordinate, maybe we should educate them of these are our mortals to do with as we see fit.
Okay, so my idea with the owls is to like surround them in a circle with the owls first.
I want to do fireball first,
You can
and
do
then I'm tenderizing.
A light sear
Yeah,
makes it cook. Just kind of the juices cook a little bit better.
I
inside.
want to seal in the natural juices.
that. Okay, so sure. How big of an area are they in?
About a 20-foot radius, roughly.
Right, so
Probably
I'll-
catch most of them.
I'll tell the owls to have a good standoff from that 20-foot radius, and
Wait,
Um,
what you want me to do?
it'll look spectacular.
You can either absolutely add to the festivities, or as the owls, I'm assuming, add your ingredients to the fire. Either way, kill all the gnolls.
Ooh, keeper. Okay, so I'll have all the owls fly in, perch well away from the radius of your fireball. And as soon as they all land and form a circle around them, initiate your attack. It'll be glorious.
Lovely. I 100% am behind this plan.
A work of art.
Gossie, did you hold up for a moment until to hear this before you ducking off? 'Cause
Yes.
You're invisible now.
Yes, and is there something to the side that I could like move slightly to signal to him that I am in place? Like wait on my signal.
Out you're trying to get out into the courtyard.
Yes, I'm trying to get far enough there that I could quickly get
There's
behind.
a well. There's a well. You could do something with the well, or there's those bird covered corpses, or
Or literally whisper to us, because
that well is kind of between. The well is kind of between the camp. It's kind of in the middle of that square area between the camp, about roughly halfway between the camp and the tower.
How far away are these gnolls?
About 500 feet. You'll have to
they're
get closer.
really far away. Okay. I gotta get kind of close.
Yes, it's quite a hike.
Well, I'll just say when the well bucket moves, I'm in place.
Perfect. I'll wait for your cue.
So I will rush over to the well and signal.
All right. Well, she's heading to the well. Roll me a stealth check with advantage because you're.
Oh, I thought you were talking to us.
Sorry, Gossie.
Do we still have that plus 10?
Yes.
But we do.
24.
Shadows are still clinging to you all.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
All right. Ninkasi and Maple and Keeper.
We gotta
Trying
try
to
to
get
get.
closer.
Yeah, we gotta try and get closer.
Right. Are you walking
Oh.
down the main thoroughfare, or are you going around the sides, or what are we trying to do?
I'm gonna kind of sneak around. If we're trying to be stealthy, we'll try and sneak around the sides, probably.
Are you all going together, or are you splitting up?
Together, and the birds will kind of be in a holding.
Okay. So you're
Flight.
holding the birds back for a moment.
Yep, until
I will
we see the bucket.
To improve upon, because I know my own limitation was stealth, I will be separate from them. I will do my best to be quiet, but I am also being separate because my plan is to be basically literally the match being lit right before it goes off. So
All right.
I will at the end be in the main thoroughfare.
Yep. All right. Ninkasi and Maple, I'm not going to have you roll a stealth because you are
Oh.
right. you're on your own and you got your plus 10. You're second round. Keeper, I will not make you roll a stealth either. Just to right, you're staying kind of behind them, away from there.
I would like to get within 60 feet of them if I can without being seen. If
Okay.
I can.
I may have you make a stealth as you get closer here.
Okay.
Gossi,
Mm-hmm.
as you are, you get out to the square, and one of these bodies, it's a body, it's a corpse, that has the like half a dozen ravens on it, just pulling the skin and the sinew. And one of them looks, it kind of opens its beak and drops drops the whatever it had in its mouth. Will please, I'm frightened. Another one looks up, drops what it's in his mouth. What? What do you want? A third one drops what it's looking for. The baby. And then they all go back to pick up what they had dropped and are so busy chewing away. As you step into the square, Gossi, the bodies shift. And like a head turns and looks at you. And right before a raven plucks an eye out, it looks at you. And then a raven reaches down, plucks an eye out, and just kind of turns its head back down towards the ground.
Did anyone have the visual of a crow picking out an eye and then the eye rolling in its mouth to look at you? That's what I had in my, like, oh.
Maple and Ninkasi, as you're passing by one of the thatched houses, there's a crow just kind of sitting on the windowsill, and it looks at you and it kind of, please help. Keeper, as you're making your way along, a crow comes flapping down on the fence post next to you. Somebody, please.
Crows are freaking me out, man.
Yeah, no, they're
I'm sorry,
creepy.
ravens. They're a different bird.
Gossi, you are in place next to the well. If you kept going,
Mm-hmm. I'm making the signal.
okay, so you're dropping the bucket,
No, I'm just slightly moving it.
moving it. Okay, Maple, roll me one more final stealth check as you're getting within 60 feet.
Sure,
Gossi,
and-
are you with her?
No.
No, I'm not
Oh,
getting
Nika.
that close.
Okay.
Okay, Ninkasi, where are you sitting?
Probably not too far behind Maple.
Okay, so like 80, 70 feet, 10 feet
Yes.
behind her. All right,
Let's put me 80 feet behind her.
80 feet behind her. Gossi, I'm going to say that the well is about 100 feet from the knoll encampment.
You said we still have the plus 10.
So the plus 10. Yep.
Okay, 16.
Sorry, I'm just doing some.
Mental math.
I've got a little dummy map here that I'm just kind of placing everybody.
Yeah, no, I've done it. Yeah.
16, 16, 16, 16.
Dry erase boards are best for that.
Maple, you're kind of creeping out there as far as you can tell. Nothing is, they're not startling or anything. You were 60 feet. You were just on the edge of a house, of a thatched house. Roll me a perception check, please.
Yeah, I can do that. Worst perception night. 8.
No, that's dead quiet in that house. There's absolutely nobody in that house.
Fine.
Keeper? Amber,
Yes.
Amber is checking in with you again. There are 2 more knolls as this other thatched house on the western side of town catches fire. You see, like, just boom, flames just pick up. They are dragging out this weekly protesting family, an old man and 2 children who are just they are not fighting back very hard, They look barely conscious and they're racking coughs and hoarse. No. As Red he's not even sneaking anymore. He just walks up to them and just decapitates one of the gnolls. And the other one is grabbing for its spear.
Now, clarification.
Mhm.
Did he drag out a family and
The
then kill gnolls, or
the gnolls are dragging the family out of the burning house?
Okay, that's
And
the
then
clarification.
Red goes up and kills at least one of them.
No, that's fine. I just needed that clarification. Like,
Fair.
He was
Fair.
starting to make me like him,
Fair.
and then I thought I had to murder him horribly.
Fair.
And is he still wearing the cloak?
Yes.
Okay, good. The cloak's there.
That's really important.
Mm.
Keeper, you are about 125 feet away at this point from the camp.
Continuing forward, I want to get to 25 feet from the
25 feet?
campfire. Yeah.
You want to get 25 feet from the campfire. Okay.
Yep,
Are
because
you just
the
walking?
fireballs
Are you,
are
are you giving up? What do you mean the fireball's 20? The fireball has a 20-foot
20-foot
radius.
race. Yeah, I want to be 25 feet away from the center point.
All right. Are you trying to stealth still?
As far as I can until like maybe 30 feet out.
All right. Roll me a stealth check.
Yes, there's absolutely a cinematic I have in my head.
This is where the
apologize.
bird flyover could assist.
No need.
All right, go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
If we still have the plus 10,
You have plus 10, yes.
that is a dirty 20.
All right. You managed to get 25 feet. You are on the
You're
you're basically
absolute edge.
behind an overturned cart.
Okay.
You're not near it. You're about a good 30 feet away from the nearest house. You managed to creep up
Yeah, but
to a cart.
right
You
there
can
is
step
the fire
around.
with
You can step up out from behind that cart, step around the cart, and you will be exactly 25 feet from that fire that's more or less in the center of the thing. If you so
All right.
choose.
yes, double checking. I see the bucket wiggling.
You see the bucket wiggling, yes.
Okay. I trust everyone else is in the positions they wanted to be in.
Mhm.
I will step out into that 25 feet. Look at
Soon
all of the
as you
gnolls.
step out, what's your armor
Okay.
class?
Really? They didn't know I was here.
What's your armor class?
It's 12. It's 12. You know it's 12.
You
It's
stand
bad.
up.
It's
you step
horrible.
out, and something jabs you in the leg.
Perfect.
And you look down, and it's that damn raven has reappeared. And I need you to
I
roll
will.
me a Constitution save, please.
Oh, you son of a bitch, Raven. I will not let you. Okay, that's a good roll. That's a good roll. That's a good roll. That's a good roll. What's my Constitution save? Plus 2. That's a 17.
Oh, well done. You take 6 points of poison damage,
God damn you, that fucking. I'm gonna
But you are not-
murder this bird.
but you're not poisoned.
This bird dies. This bird's name is Timothy. Everyone knows it.
And it is flying out of the way again.
Of
You have an
course it is.
opportunity attack if you wish. If you want to spend it on that.
No, only for the fact that it would detract from the cinematic in my head. Because I am petty. The bird will land with its beak diving into my leg. I will look down. Ah! Alerting the gnolls. The bird will fly off. And I'll look at all of them, giving my salute to the body of choice to Maple.
To the what?
The body of choice by Maple.
Oh,
The current form you're in.
Oh, I didn't change. I still look like
I
Captain
know.
America.
It's still
I'm
Captain
aware.
Maple.
And I will look at all of them and be like, if anyone wants to get out, now's the time. And
They're
I'm going to
busy
cast
snarling,
Fireball.
busy
I'm going to cast
snarling.
Fireball in the middle of that campfire.
Busy snarling. I would like everybody to roll initiative at this point.
This
There's a
was
lot
the
going on
cinematic
right there.
that I had in my head of I wanted to give that Easter egg, that little salute to Captain
Awesome.
America.
Awesome visual. As part of that complex coordinated attack, though, I have a ring of giant owls
Yeah.
out like
Circling.
30 feet out from the center.
They launch. Yes. That was the signal, right? That was the signal. And
Yeah, that was 100% the signal. I
Like
probably
every-
have the lowest initiative, so I'll wait
right.
till the end.
Does anybody have a 20 or better?
21.
21 for Gossi. Anyone have a what was it? 15 to 20.
17.
17. And Kasi. Does anybody have a where am I at? 10 to 15?
11.
11. Five to 10. 5 to 10? 5 to anybody? 5 to
Anyone?
10?
Anyone? 5 to 10?
0 to 5.
Uh,
You have a negative?
Chris,
Negative 5
Chris,
to 0.
No, I
Okay.
I was jumping in, Chris. Don't shame me. Chris, I have a 2.
Excellent. Excellent.
You're on the board.
Woo! I rolled a 2. Chris, if I'm allowed, seeing as I rolled so low, my hit point, my AC is 2 or 12, not 2. I'm going to use the bathroom, seeing as I am so low in the initiative.
Actually, I want you to roll me. I'm going to let that fireball go off. So roll me some. Unless it's urgent, you can let the fireball wait.
No, I'm not dying. I just was taking advantage of the fact of like, it'll be a minute before, I'm up. I'm going to double check. I think it's 3d6. Fireball. They all, no, it's 8d6, and they all need to make a dexterity saving throw, and if you so choose, they might have been caught unaware, so they might have disadvantage, but it is up entirely up to you. I will roll damage, and you tell me how much they take. If they make their saving throw, they take half. If they don't, it's full.
They have to beat a what?
Well, due to our level, unfortunately, it's a 14, sir.
I'm going to tell you right now, 2 of them rolled 20s, natural 20s on their saves.
Oh,
but just because I'm so proud of that as a, like, that's, but anyway.
beep you. Just beep you. Beep, 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 you. Okay, those are good rolls. First rolls are good. 10, 14, 18. $20, $29, $32 fire damage total.
32 fire damage total. Okay. You may go to the bathroom, sir.
I appreciate it. You're a kind and generous opposition.
All right. So, all right. No, apparently the bird stabbing him was not the signal. The ginormous flame flaming sphere that bursts
Oh,
out of the campfire and absolutely incinerates whatever was roasting on that spit.
oh man.
Which, those of you who are close, was neither a baby nor it was half a baby. It looked like maybe like a torso.
Oh man.
The two archers that had been getting ready to immediately, like that were on guard, immediately blown out, and you're pretty sure they're gone. They were standing really close to the fire, and they appear to be like they're burnt, immediately singed and burnt corpses go flying out with that concussive force.
Woo!
Let's see. Two of them that were kind of over by the bodies, kind of doing something with the bodies, appear to have rolled out of the way.
Do they look singed?
Yeah, they look badly singed,
Okay.
but they managed to kind of whatever the bodies that they were at, they kind of pulled the bodies up as the thing, so their backs are just like scorched. The third one there was like, and like is gone. Scott's not here to enjoy all this. He'll have to watch it. He'll have to watch the recording. The other one does save. And that dude did not save. He said 32. Yeah, 32.
I believe so.
Okay. And the leader, singed hair, stands up, and he's just incensed and barking. So there are two kind of crouched by the bodies. A third one was gnawing on something on the near the fire, but managed to kind of looks like get behind the leader, who's now barking orders. So there are four of them still standing. 1, 2, 3 of them are gone. They're be charred dead corpses. As this happens, the birds kind of flock and fly up, and the bodies that were under them start to twitch and move. It looks like their heads turning, and they're starting to kind of push themselves to their feet. Gossi, you are up, leading the initiative.
All right. I will say pull with the duck strength of Tuatha. And then big black mist extends from my fingertips, and I'm giving a hallowing curse to the leader.
All right.
The cursing leader.
Remind me, this is a Witch Compendium, complete edition, definitive edition spell. Remind me what this does, please.
So my black mist latches onto this leader and starts draining its vitality. So it has to save on a dexterity saving throw. And I'm a 14.
It does not. They latch onto it and start pulling its life force from it. What kind of damage is that doing?
Let me see. $11, and it's cursed for up to a minute.
And what does the curse do?
So I can use my action to deal this necrotic damage automatically.
Okay. Very good. Ninkasi at a 17, you are next up in the order.
Okay. So where are the creatures that are still moving and living? How are they oriented?
One is right behind the leader, somewhat close to the campfire. Two were probably about 10 feet, 10, 15 feet away from the fire, doing something with the bodies that were lying there.
Okay.
They were kind of
All
half
right.
crouched. They'd pulled the bodies up so they have partial cover, like half cover.
Gotcha. I am going to,
Send in the owls.
yes, definitely. So I tell them, get yourself some barbecued Knoll. Command them to go have a snack.
Okay.
But then I can't.
Which ones are you sending in to? Or which one? Which one or which several? You've got 4 owls. You have 8 owls here?
I have 8 owls here,
Okay.
so I could distribute them amongst all of the, guests.
Okay. You want 1 each? Oh, there's 5. There's 1, 2. There's 4 still standing. So you can send 2 against each if you want.
Yeah. Just
All right.
tell the owls to harass them, attack them, eat them,
Okay.
whatever. But that does not take my action according to the spell. So,
Okay.
then I want to do. The wetness dripping from Ninkasi gets more intense, and the ground under her feet turns into muck and mud, and then that kind of roils along the ground underneath of their feet.
Okay.
I'm using the curse or the hex called Mire,
Okay.
which allows me to transform the ground underneath them into a murky swamp, which is difficult terrain.
Right. What's the radius?
It is.
Is it 20 feet?
No, there is no radius, so just under the leader, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Does he roll a save or anything? Or is it just that just happens?
It's difficult terrain for him, so and then since it's a curse, I can kind of have
Got
it
it.
follow him.
So, torched. There's somebody kind of crouched behind him. Black tendrils latch onto him and it pulling out of him, and then he just sinks into the swampy ground up to his knees, just sinks in. Roll me some attack rolls for the owls, please.
Okay.
Roll me 2 at a time, if you would.
All right. So 16
Yet.
and 16.
Yet. Roll me some damage.
Okay. 7.
Down. One again just kind of sinks his claws in and rips out a heart.
Yum. Ooh, delicious. 14 and 15.
Both are hits. So these are the ones that were kind of hiding behind the bodies.
Okay. So 5 damage and 6 damage.
Trachea, and you're assuming that was a liver. I'm not real familiar with Knoll biology, but
feast, my pretties. Yes.
Next one, which would be the leader who is sunk down into the ground. Excuse me, not the leader. It's the one that's hiding behind him. It's kind of had a card behind him momentarily.
Okay. So a 6 and 14.
First one misses, second one hits. It's fast. This thing's fast, so it managed to dodge that first one.
All right. 6 damage.
Dodges right into the claws of the other owl. Rips his throat, blood, and it collapses. Last one up is the leader. Well,
All right.
knee deep into the mire.
Meaty and delicious. 18
Hits.
and 18.
Hits.
All right. So 6 damage
Okay.
and 9 damage.
Just terrible bloody rents down the throat and across the back, bleeding, like spurting blood, but he's still standing. Maple, you are up.
Yeah. So he's the only one still up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Fire, black tendrils, flock of, like, one sinks into the ground, a flock of giant owls ripping and tearing and shredding Captain
I'm
Maple.
going to cast Mind Sliver on him.
Okay.
I have to make no, he just has to succeed on an intelligence saving throw, which would be, where did I write that? Would be a 14 is the DC for that.
Does not.
Cool. So it's just 2d6 psychic damage.
Okay, roll me some damage.
It's just like it's a spike of like insanity essentially.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Woo. He's grabbing and ripping at his face as he falls, as he just sinks into the mire, and like just screaming, and then the screams stop, and the body just kind of slumped and half buried into the mire of the road.
Lovely.
Singed knoll. It smells horrific.
Ew.
That was perfect.
Ninkasi, roll me a religion check, Ninkasi.
Okay.
You're the one that knows abyssal and that type, right?
Mm.
Yep.
That's a nat 20 for 25.
As the bodies fall and you see the pattern of those, right? So there have been the campfire, the knolls, and they've been messing around with the bodies on the ground. That was a ritual. They were before you recognize that. You've seen that one before. The knolls were trying to enact a ritual to call in Yenog.
This
Or
is a
one of his
dark
minions.
ritual they're setting up to call their king of chaos. Whew.
Oh, you
We
should have
must
let him.
ensure no one continues with it.
Oh, is it bad?
Yes. It appears they are trying to summon the Dark Lord Yinogu, a demon lord. I don't know if they could actually do it, but
Wait.
Gossi,
we don't want to sit
as
around.
you're sorry, but
Can I yell out? Penny loves red cloaks.
Gossi, as they're chatting, you can hear, right? Ninkasi, I'm assuming you're not being super quiet about this, but
No. I mean, we just blew everybody up. I'm being loud.
as this is
and-
happening,
And I'm drunk.
So, stage whisper.
yes,
I am the ancient goddess of beer drunk.
sure, yes.
And so that's
Hey
that's-
guys.
Call that grunk.
whole new level.
As she is announcing this, that you've interrupted some sort of ritual, a raven alights on the well next to you, Gossi. You can't know she's mine. Ah! Flaps and flies up across the courtyard.
I have a clarification question really quick.
Mm-hmm.
These gnolls were doing some sort of ritual and they were speaking a language.
The Knolls, yes.
Yeah. Can I ask what language it was?
It was a real guttural Knoll.
Oh, okay. I was going to say if it was infernal and Maple knew what it was the entire time. Like,
Keeper,
oh, yeah.
yes.
They totally were saying that.
Keeper, by the way, you're going to have to go back and watch this episode again because you took out half.
No, I'm not.
You can
Oh, you
hear.
heard the whole
Bluetooth,
thing.
Bluetooth, baby.
Yes,
I
that's
was
right.
in the
All right.
bathroom. I heard all
I
the.
painted such a vivid
yelled-
description.
I yelled from my bathroom when you were like, "Was it 32 damage?" I'm like, 32.
We couldn't hear
It
you.
was 32.
Your noise gate was working because we couldn't hear you. So good.
Yeah, I tried.
Keeper, you had a
But
point
no,
of
I
order.
heard all the description. It was
Right.
amazing. I loved
Okay,
it. It made me happy.
Ninkasi intuited that this was the ritual. Does the leader have anything on him of significance?
Yeah.
I want to
you're searching him now?
everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Spear. There was a halberd next to him. Not halberd. Glaive next to him. this all looks pretty mundane.
Okay.
Odds and ends, bits and pieces. You can write down Noel leader bits and pieces.
None of
leader
this looks
bits and
tasty at
pieces.
all.
Tagging on to Ninkasi and Maple's mostly in Ninkasi's revelation and Maple's, Maple's drippings.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, I know. There's no good thing, but the thing is I don't have a better way to say it. Would especially being a magical entity of fire within this host and the potential idea of what they were summoning, would I have any potential inclinations of information on that?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, that's I didn't know, but I was I'm reaching.
I would say
I'm reaching.
with that knowledge, roll me an Arcana check.
It wouldn't be Alistair, the host. It would be it's what's my Arcana? That's right. Arcana is really high. So I rolled a 12, but I have a +7.
So for a 21, they were totally trying to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, 12. Yeah, you're right. No, I mathed wrong.
No,
21.
you got 12. Sorry, I math wrong.
No,
12 plus 7 is a 12 plus 7 is
19.
a 19.
Yeah.
Still.
19. Okay,
Yep,
yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
yep,
I
nope,
wasn't
yep,
wrong.
you're right. Don't trust my math.
My first inclination is my math is wrong. Somebody else probably
no.
knows better.
No.
I counted on my
No,
fingers.
trust me. Right, that's the only way I trust me is if I go.
Anyway, 19 is good enough. Whatever they were setting up, and you're not sure what that was, and you wouldn't be able to replicate it. And you're not able, but
Right.
The like
It's the
if
what they were
assuming if they were trying to call something, and if they were doing glyphs of some kind, or right, if they were doing some sigils, or if they were, it looked like they were trying to aim something at the tower, at the square, at the tower. They were trying to aim something, whatever they were going to do. They were trying to aim it at the tower.
And the tower. For
Gossi,
clarification,
sorry, is Gossi, are you visible now that you did your attack?
Yep, I am.
So Gossi's standing there at the well. Raven's purchasing. It's basically aiming like right past Gossi, 100 feet behind Gossi to the tower.
and maybe I'm wrong, but is that not our destination? Roughly the area.
Just spitballing here, but I think maybe they were trying to put the demon lord into the child as a vessel.
I mean, that was kind of what I was.
Probably.
Right. That. Right. A vessel, a conduit, something to the birth blessing of why we're here. Am I correct in thinking the Burgermeister's residence or domicile is in that direction? Anyone?
Never been here before.
DM.
Red said that it was the tower. Red said that it was the tower.
Right. That's kind of what I was just looking for confirmation on.
Ember
You know,
has
time-
reported that the that second one went down pretty darn easy too. Ripped some hands off. Roll me a perception check for Ember real quick.
For Ember.
No, every time I get sent on an errand, something bad happens.
All right. I've got a +3 for Ember.
Captain Maple, totally. Yes, that is. Yeah.
The
I
person
have
supposed to make us dead.
17 for Ember's perception.
Ember catches as Red rips apart the second last knoll. Catches his eyes are yellow, and his face has been elongated in some way. And as he's rip, bite, and rip at the throat and shoulder of the last gnoll.
So is he a werewolf?
Appears to be bestial in some form or the other. Does not match what you see, what you've seen as a full form werewolf at this point in
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I
What
will
he's
look to
seeing.
back to the square. Gossi, since you were kind of in the middle of them, the
Yeah.
bodies with the crows are settling down again, and the ravens are returning to them and picking up.
Great.
Somehow comforting.
Then I will start heading towards the tower.
Gossi is turned and heading towards the tower.
Shoot.
Anybody following her?
Yeah.
You're 200. Right, you're 100 feet from Gossi. Gossi's 100 feet from the tower.
So my owls are up for 1 hour. They're still
Yep.
around, right?
Yep. Yeah, they didn't take any damage whatsoever. The ravens don't seem to like them, but
Now I
there's
would like
a
to.
lot of ravens. The ravens outnumber your owls by a lot. They don't seem particularly worried about it. It's a territorial thing. So if you move the owls in by them, that might cause something.
No, I was thinking I would command the owls to beat us to the tower, go to the tower and see if they can, if there's a baby in there, snatch it and keep it safe.
Send the owls up. The arrow slits are not wide enough for them to get through. But roll me perception check for the owls. Just a d20. Just use Hoppy's stats. It's fine.
Okay. Happy gets advantage.
You send Hoppy up too, maybe.
Yep. Okay, so 21.
There may be movement on the. You do not hear any. The owls and Hoppy do not hear any baby cries, but there may be movement of some kind on the third.
I wouldn't be able to
Gossi.
see or hear through the owls, though. So
Oh, well, that. Yep. Hoppy reports
Hoppy,
back.
though.
It doesn't. Yeah. The owls don't see any, or like telling you of any movement or anything like that. They can't fit through. Gossi, you make it to the door.
I will try to open it.
It appears to be locked or barred or something. Must be barred. There's no lock. Barred from the
I
inside.
will say, it is us. It is the witches.
Roll me a perception check.
16.
You do not hear anything.
I will say it louder.
Can I tag on to this?
Are you moving? You're moving up to the tower, or are you taking
Yeah.
onto it from 200 feet away? Did you
No,
guys? Were
I'm
you guys
moving up
following?
to-
You're moving up to the
Yeah,
tower.
oh yeah,
Okay.
we were following.
So
her.
Okay, got it.
I'm moving up to where the group is for the
Okay.
most part.
All right, well, the group right now is Gossi. Unless everybody's moving up with her, you have time now.
I'm
She's stopped at
moving up. Okay.
Okay.
If it's Gossi at the tower and the
Yep.
rest of us,
Yep.
I'm just going to, as I pass them, to Nikasi and Maple, kind of slap them on the back, be like, all right, we have to put aside some of our petty shit. And let's be honest, there's gnolls and there's demons and there's a lot of shit that could be happening. So, I guess in the future, if you're willing, go witches go. And I'll put my hand out, kind of like that cheerleader, go witches go.
Yeah, Maple's definitely joining in on that.
Okay, and
Witches.
so like
Assemble.
witches, go. And I'll keep moving forward towards Gossi, but like kind of that inspiring the others behind me. And literally all I'm trying to do is
Charm person.
use no. No.
Steal their
use a little-
forks.
Stop it.
Spoons.
You're turning this nice thing into evil.
Oh, I am. Yeah. Okay.
You
all right.
are in this situation. You absolutely are. They're on a common purpose. So the keeper sees the purpose in that
All right.
and is going to cast kind of a prestidigitation of a sparks of individual fires. So for Maple, it is this honey kind of golden color. For Ninkasi, it is this greenish swirling, almost brothy bubbling color. And then for the keeper, it is this just burning, smoking flame as they come together, budding into kind of a firework display as they all kind of, the witches together display, and the keeper keeps going.
It's witching time.
Yeah, as our powers combine,
The witching
together
hour.
we are Captain
Oh my
Planet.
gosh.
The witching
As
hour.
The keeper
Witching
keeps
power
going
hour.
forward to back up Gossi, kind of being in between the distance of Gossi to Nikasi and Maple, just trying to back up both sides
On your
of
left.
this group. Yeah, on your left. Absolutely, Captain Maple.
Captain Maple, please. You have an inspiration point.
Goddamn right.
Gossi, please roll me a wisdom save.
By the way, can I ask a simple question there, DM?
Mm-hmm.
With the fact of everything I just said,
Mhm.
would Gossi be within 60 feet of me? Because I was trying to close the distance to be halfway between both, and you
I'm
said
gonna say
they were
this-
100 feet from
Yep, I'm gonna say this
Maple.
happened just before you. This was happening more along the lines of
Come on.
yelling at the
please.
door.
Please.
Gossi, roll me a
Please.
wisdom save, please.
I did, and I got a 14.
Thank you.
Boo! I could have done one of my limited hexes to give advantage.
All right.
Oh.
You
I
arrive.
appreciate the
Are you
sentiment.
pouting?
I am full on pouting.
Nobody's answering your yelling at the door there, Gossi. And Keeper is coming up behind you, followed by Nkasi and Captain Maple. Seems to be glowing with like a little something.
Pride,
Like her
purpose.
shimmery, glittery mage shield just has a little extra sparkle to it.
Yeah, there's a shield that looks like it could bounce off everything.
It's like it's circular, it has a star on it.
Red, white, and blue confetti
Yeah, it's amazing.
sprinkles.
Super cool looking.
Then Kasi seems to have a steel, like left arm. You know,
Ninkasi is also like standing ready with a spear,
Okay.
but also casting something, casting a spell quickly, and all of a sudden her hair comes alive and starts pouring everybody drinks to get ready
Yes. Shot, 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 shot.
using the prehensile hair spell from the Complete Witch Definitive Edition.
Amazing.
Well done. Well done.
And I'm going to keep, bartending during whatever happens for the next hour because it doesn't require concentration.
Perfect.
why not do it all?
Gossie, do you have anything? Nobody's answering the door. You don't hear anything behind the door. Appears to be barred.
I'm just gonna take a step back to try to see if I can see in the tower.
There are no openings on this main floor.
Like, can I
There
see
are arrow slits,
a
like
space? Like, is there a window that I could possibly use Misty Step to?
there are arrow slits. You could potentially Misty Step your way up into beyond that onto like a second floor. Scott, you got something?
I'm just asking if the keeper is in that same proximity to be like someone's knocking at the door. You're hesitant. Someone needs to open the door, and I'm willing to be that guinea pig.
The door is barred from the inside.
Oh.
Is what it looks like.
How thick do you think this door is?
Oh. An inch. Certainly not as thick as, say, like a stone door frame. Someone may or may not have done something with.
How big is the gap underneath the door?
It's yeah.
About an inch.
Ooh. So if I were to place my head down at the gap underneath the door, do you think I could try to push it with my hair?
Oh. Roll me a strength check.
For hair?
Not just a flat strength check, not even at disadvantage, because your hair is pretty amazing.
17.
Fuck. The door jars open as the bar thunks down off.
Ninkasi, I think I'm enjoying you more and more the more
I think it worked.
It absolutely did. Push door.
I'm just gonna lay here for a bit.
It's extremely dark on this first floor. There is a bit of flickering torchlight and some stairs that go up. This appears to be like an armory, like a rack of bows, quivers, spears, a small table. This was kind of right. A fallback.
Small table. I'm
Fallback.
going to use the table for produce flame and light it ablaze so we have a bonfire in the middle of this room so we can see.
All right. It's actually up against one of the stone walls, but that's okay.
Doesn't matter.
We'll see.
Produce
Keep an eye on
flame. Well,
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, are you catching the building on fire? I'm just trying to think in my head. I think
No,
you're okay.
I am aiming specifically at the picnic table.
Okay. You set the table on fire. Everybody roll me a perception check, please.
Hey, that was a good one. 24.
6.
That was my roll. Sorry,
14.
Hold on. Sorry. Mikasa had a 6. Gossie, you said you had a what?
14.
14. Okay. Keeper,
14.
14. Gossie, you could swear you saw something for a second there. None of it, the rest of you. There's stairs. There's a flaming table now. Stairs. Weapons. You don't hear any noises from that second floor yet.
With 20, mine was 24.
Yeah. Yep. Gossie, or excuse me, Maple, you could swear you saw something.
Oh, you said
Oh,
coffee,
okay.
and I was
Sorry.
like, but mine
Yeah.
was better.
Sorry.
Got it.
Maple. You
Yeah,
could swear
I
you
was
saw
confused
something
too.
for a second. My apologies.
Where?
It's my fault. Kind of over by that table.
Was there something over there?
There was a table.
Yeah, but I thought I saw something else that wasn't a table.
Maybe a cup.
No.
Let's see.
Bowl,
I
a
have
bowl.
enough
Where
of this.
is
I'm gonna
everybody's?
use my Misty Step to get to that what did
Second
you call
floor.
it? An arrow.
So
Arrow
you're
slits.
still outside the tower and you're
Mm-hmm.
stepping up into the second floor. Okay. All right. Gossi disappears.
But, okay.
And this dark mist just kind of settles down. It's all kind of intertwined with the shadows.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go up the stairs in this tower here.
Okay. So you're going inside and going up the stairs.
Yes.
Keeper and Ninkasi.
So they were saying they saw something at the table.
Nobody said. Well, yeah. So Maple said, "Was there something there?" And then goes in and is heading up the stairs.
That was kind of yeah.
Keeper staying there and just
At the doorway?
kind of looking everywhere because they didn't see anything to give them a direction.
Ninkasi didn't get up from the floor yet.
Okay. Where's everybody's familiars?
Lolly is in my pocket.
Okay.
Hoppy is flying around outside looking for what's going on.
The Keeper's Ember is attached to Red.
Who is going through as laid out the old man and the child kind of away, pulled them away from the fire, and has gone into that hut to see if you would assume was Ember going with him? Ember would go with him. Ember's not afraid
Ember
of
is
fire.
basically
Ember would go
riding
with
on
him.
his armor.
He's busy
unless
searching through the very quickly searching through that thatched house to see if anybody else is in there. Gossi, where is your little fiend?
Well, I have stretched out my hand and my little fiend has flown to my hand.
Okay. Gossi, you are seeing, so you're on the second floor, more stairs. There's some, like barrels and bags, sacks, appears to be food stuff. Roll me a perception check, please, quick, Gossi.
22.
22. You don't see anything moving here. Maple, you're starting to head up the stairs. Keeper, you're searching, you're eyeballing, investigating the room. Roll me an investigation check, please.
that is a 17.
As you're looking, one of those, like a couple of spheres kind of shift over in the corner, and it almost like a weird, it's almost like what Gossi did, but more shadow than mist. And Kasi, roll me a perception check for Hoppy.
Dirty 20.
Just as it's happening, Hoppy notices and sees about 30 feet behind you, like this mist kind of forms, and there's a shadowy body there, and it starts running towards the camp.
Away from us or towards us?
Away from the tower.
Keeper! There's someone running behind me. Us.
Pardon me?
Right there. Pointing with my hand.
Just to clarify, that thing running, what is it?
Humanoid?
It's a shadowy humanoid.
Maple, you hear that?
Right.
Gossi, you hear that from downstairs? There's another set of stairs going up, Gossi.
Just coalesced behind me and began running.
You're drunk.
How do you humans say it?
Maple will run back downstairs.
So this is a humanoid thing.
Yeah. Gossi, it's your turn.
All right.
Gossi, it's your turn.
I will head upstairs.
Quickly, quietly, quick, stealthily. What are you trying to do? Get up the stairs efficiently.
Just quickly.
Quickly. Okay. Quickly. Yep. Third floor, and there appears to be a bed and like a chest and maybe like a bassinet or something on the third floor.
I approach the bassinet.
All right. As you approach the bassinet, we're going to cut over to Keeper. Shadowy figure.
Humanoid.
Shadowy humanoid.
Ninkasi does have a reaction she could use
Go for it.
upon noticing that.
Reactions are faster than actions.
Right. So Ninkasi is, surprised by that and casts Intrusive Thought, another complete witch definitive edition spell, which forces a target that is taking the attack, dash, dodge, or disengage action to do my choice of those.
Oh. And let's see, what type? Intrusive thought. Okay, it's a transmutation spell. All right.
Mhm.
Go for it. Yep. Need
And-
a wisdom save.
Right. And 15 would be the DC.
Oh. It lands.
Okay. So it is suddenly going to be compelled to just attack nothing
All right.
instead of running.
It's got one arm. It's holding something, and it starts slashing with a squat, punching in the air, and kicking at the air. Okay. Keeper.
I was gonna cast Charm Person on the entity.
It's about action.
What's the distance? Because that
60
would
feet. It's at 60
all right,
feet.
I would not. Or the keeper would not, because the keeper's smarter than me. Because that's outside its distance by double. So in that moment where it has been rendered the way it has, all right, I want to do a thing that isn't in my head, and so Chris, you 100% can absolutely tell me no.
All right, let's hear it.
The keeper, the whole idea of the curse is with blue witches
Mhm.
is that flame is magic,
Mhm.
the pure magic of the world.
Mhm.
I want it to walk up to this creature, this humanoid, grab its head, and produce flame.
60 feet away from you.
Right. I wanna move as close as I can. I mean,
So you can get
produce
within
flame.
30.
Produce
unless
flame.
30 was your movement, and then you have your action, right?
Right.
Yep.
And what I want to do, I don't want to hurt this creature. I don't want to cause damage or anything. It's a mixture of like,
Gonna do like a ring of flame around it or something.
No, it's 100% getting up to as close as possible, and then almost doing like a spare the dying / speak with dead,
Okay.
and literally throwing my essence of fire into it to connect to whatever is driving this, to what like what do you want? What is driving you? Who is your master, and what do you want? Like,
Roll me an
kind of
Arcana
like-
check then.
I have a high Arcana, which is 7, but I'm not committed to my own rolls tonight because they've been all over the board. Okay, +7. That's a 14. It's not amazing, but it's not bad.
Hustle 30 feet. Pull the flame. Throw your magical essence into it. And it's not being powered by anything other than itself. Like you meet its will. And it turns and looks at you as it's starting to solidify into the form of a really pale elf with a bundle in one arm. It is not being driven by anything. Maple,
Yeah.
you're there. Ninkasi has pulled up, has done something. There's this
Yeah.
thing was fighting.
Am I?
Keeper runs up, does something, and it's starting to solidify in some way, shape, or form. Just has a real dark look in its eye, a pale eye. It's got a bundle in its arms.
Can
You're at
I
the
get
doorway.
within 60 feet?
You can get, yes, you're within 60 feet. We're going to say you're just past the doorway. You just managed to step over Ninkasi
Okay.
on the
yeah,
ground.
I
Unless
would
she-
like
step over like the tentacle.
Oh.
You like no.
I'm good down here.
Right.
I got it.
You can push the mug of ale from the tentacle from the hair.
Yeah, no, you're drunk.
off
Go
the
home.
side.
I
Yes, you're
would
within
like-
just within 60 feet. It's 55 feet to that person.
Okay, I would like to. I want to try and cast hold person.
Okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw
Mm-hmm.
of that 14.
Saves. Does not land.
Then Mabel will
So you're
just go.
55 feet. I don't know how Maple
They're gonna
imagines.
hurl this they're gonna hurl this shield. Wait. Oh no. Can I use
licorice
my
lash
inspiration?
out.
Can I use my inspiration to make you reroll?
Damn it. Fine. I rolled a 19.
I 100% as the I would let people let me re-roll, Chris.
I know.
Just to
I
let
know.
you know.
You're not DM here.
I know. I'm just telling.
18.
Dang it.
Oh,
That was a well played inspiration, though.
Ah.
That was a
Okay.
well played inspiration.
Yeah, Maple's gonna hurl that shield,
Okay.
and it's just gonna it's just short. Dang it!
Can I use
It's not
any
your
of the
turn.
inspiration that I have from my?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
Ninkasi,
my
Sorry, go
turn. No, that's my
Ninkasi,
whole turn.
as you're getting ready to do your next thing, Keeper's getting ready, Maple's getting ready. The birds that were congregating on these corpses start to shift and flutter as the corpses push themselves to their feet.
Oh, I hate this.
Like one bird still pulling a piece of its skin off its face.
Ew.
I am midnight, the elf says.
I am done.
I serve
Hold, please.
Hey, I've been there. I have been there.
God dang it.
No,
I should
Chris,
know
no
this.
judgment. No, no judgment. I have been there.
Yeah. This is why I don't. This is why I do not
shit.
DM Chris.
Shit.
I am midnight, and I serve obsidian hellfeather. Who you will all know, especially from the first one shot,
Right.
is
Now I
the
remember
leader
that.
of the Black Coven.
Who's that? Maple's
She's
gonna
the-
say.
They're your cousin.
As the shambling zombies come stumbling forward past the creature, and the flock of ravens come just flying, like it is the birds, come flying at you all. On the third floor of the tower, Gossi, there's a woman in the bed. The bassinet is empty. You can the disarrayed blankets. There's a woman crying, weeping faintly in the bed, rat with occasional coughs.
Well, what is wrong, my lady?
She's reaching a hand up. Please, please, please. She's trying to reach. You take her hand.
No.
Please. It took my baby. The shadow took my baby. And that's where we're going to.
Ah, Chris. All right.
Darn hold person.
Are we
still.
continuing this?
No.
We failed.
Between
No.
the undead and the ravens, midnight witch buttons
Which buttons?
has gotten away from you. When we return with the next one shot, you are all in hot pursuit.
Mhm. Oh, the coven's not gonna like this.
Scott, you're doing a fantastic job of being frozen.
He's really good at it. He
Uh-huh.
is.
You might actually be frozen.
No, he's
No,
not.
I'm not. I'm
All
totally not.
This is
I've
a good
fallen for that before.
old-fashioned cliffhanger. No, we are not returning to this moment in time. We will return shortly after when you are all in hot pursuit of
Dun, dun, dun.
Midnight
Chris,
and the bundle he has in his arms.
I thank you. I thank you for this, but
Yes.
god damn! No! No, 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 no!
I love
He
it so
never
much.
gets us a win. Never.
Never. I saw that eyebrow. Seeing it. This has been great.
That was.
Awesome.
From if I can take the liberty, from me and everyone here at Monsters of Roll Down with Dragons, happy Halloween Friday Eve. Hope you all have a great Halloween because this was so much fun. Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
This
thank
was
you.
a
Thank you
creepy
all.
freaking episode.
Thank you to Mage Hand Press. This was an
Yes.
awesome
Definitive.
Definitive.
definitive
Yes.
witch,
Definitive.
the complete
love it.
witch. This is a lot of fun. So
A lot of fun
Absolutely.
to play.
next
Witching ain't
Friday.
easy.
Oh,
Witching made easy. I like it. Yes.
I like it.
Witching
I
ain't
like-
easy. You gotta keep that witching hand strong.
It's witching time.
Everybody
Witching
out there watching.
ain't easy.
We'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
Central
Central, 7
Time.
Central.
time.
All right,
Thank you.
totally.
And if anyone needs the reminder, because
Oh,
let's
here it
be
comes.
honest,
Here
you
it
never know.
Here it comes.
We're in the
Yeah.
desert. There's sand.
And everywhere.
There's hot. Join
We're under a
us.
flesh umbrella.
Oh,
Great.
perfect way to cap off the creepy episode with.
Yeah. And then someone knocks on the flap and says trick or treat.
Oh. Thank you, everybody. Have a great
Amazing.
night.
Thank you, everyone. See you Friday.
Thank you,
care.
everyone. Bye.